Angus Taylor, I received this statement from his office earlier, Andrew. The Shadow Treasurer has taken personal leave from the Parliament, as he did last week, to deal with an ongoing personal matter. He wasn't in Parliament for question time.
Yeah, it's a family illness, as I understand it. We wish him and his family all the best. As I reported on Sky News this morning, Shadow Ministers were a bit dark on the Shadow Treasurer after his gaffe on inflation in the House yesterday. In the context of what they saw as a lecture he sought to give them in Shadow Cabinet yesterday about not doing their jobs and not doing enough to find savings in their portfolios. I've been told that in Shadow Cabinet, Angus Taylor was speaking in the context of the opposition supporting the government's increase in JobSeeker and told Shadow Ministers to lift their game so savings could be achieved and policies paid for. But then he walked into the House and shot himself in the foot in terms of confusing annual inflation with monthly inflation. Perhaps more worryingly for colleagues, yesterday wasn't the first time Angus Taylor has made a mistake. And what I'm about to play you is a litany of errors by the Shadow Treasurer in his year in the job.
In the last month alone, the price of Vegemite has increased by 8%. Vegemite up 8%, not in a year, in a month.
Well, you saw a 0.1% increase in May.
Earlier today, the board decided to increase the cash rate target by 25 basis points.
Can the Prime Minister confirm that this year more than half of mortgage holders in every state will move from a fixed rate to a variable rate?
What about the energy bill relief?
Well, we've been supportive of that all the way along, as you know. We've always supported that.
This legislation fails every test of good government and good policy.
And this comes after in 2019 Angus Taylor's office in government provided incorrect figures to the Daily Telegraph in an attack on Sydney Lord Mayor Clover Moore, which became the subject of a police investigation at one point. Now, Mr Taylor's colleagues were forced to defend the Shadow Treasurer over his various gaffes this morning.
Everybody can have the slip of a tongue, and that happens in this building almost every day from somewhere across all sides of politics. Of course, we're going to have discussions around our Shadow Cabinet table about savings.
Particularly those in economic portfolios carry a lot of statistics around in their head, and it's very easy to to muddle them up. So I don't think we can read too much.
This was prepared though, wasn't it?
I don't think we can read too much into that.
Is there frustration within Shadow Cabinet at the moment?
Well, I would never speak about what goes on in Shadow Cabinet, but do you really think it's a surprise that a coalition opposition would say we want to make sure that spending is under control?